She has pushed us, motivated us, and really been our biggest cheerleader for the last 5 years. And now Emily Nelson is stepping down as our official Studio 5 fitness contributor as she continues to carve out new territory in the fitness industry, and we are cheering her on in that. But we wanted to give her a proper farewell, so last week we gathered some Studio 5 friends for a big group workout with Emily at the lead. There's only one thing or one person that could get me at a gym in this pregnant state, working out and sweating with my sisters, and that's Emily Nelson. But isn't that reflective of the bright, sparkly motivator that she is? She's been inspiring us for 5 years on Studio 5, and it only felt appropriate to send her off with a girlfriend workout. Come on! How low can you get?
Going to the gym, it can be a little intimidating because you're like, are other people looking at me? Are they judging me? Am I doing this wrong? But Emily has taught me that nobody cares. We're all there to be the best versions of ourselves, and Emily's made it so that I can feel confident and comfortable going into any sort of gym space.
Even if you're not a dancer, like I never did any dance, I was athletic, but did not do any choreo stuff, you can follow the workouts.
We love Emily's workout, and we've been workout buddies for years, and it's nice to find somebody who shakes it up.
She is everyone's best cheerleader, and it's just like a huge light.
You know what I love about Emily is she's gonna meet you where you are, wherever you are. If you haven't worked out in a while, she's gonna invite you to come have some fun. Ah! Down! Down! 4, 3!
She makes me feel like I can do the workouts, and I'm going to survive this thing, and just very positive energy.
Today's workout was one of the hardest things I've ever done, but Emily makes even the hardest things so fun. Like your legs are shaking and you want to give up so bad, but you don't because Emily is right there cheering you on.
She's a rock star.
Yes.
Woohoo, Emily! We love you!
Emily is the best cheerleader, and we are cheering you on. We love you, Emily.
It was so much fun. Like honestly, every time I'm on Studio 5, I just think about the people on the other side of the screen and just like how can I motivate them to just get out and move their body. So to have people here in real life and meet them and put them through one of my favorite workouts, it was just so much fun. I loved it.
And how do you end a fun workout celebrating a girl that we love with a little bit of sugar? They can count on me for the cookies. We love you, Emily. Thank you for 5 wonderful years. Oh my gosh, the energy is like palpable. You can feel it. We felt it there. You can feel it here.
That's mean to make me watch that.
Sister, you're gifted. Like I hope, and I said this at the beginning of the show, I hope every woman who has watched or is watching has a chance to be in your class, because you take over the stage in such a stormy, like sincere, energetic way, and people can't help but feel it and move with you. And that's a gift. Like it really is a gift.
I truly love it. I told her, she's like, is that hard? I was like, I get on stage and I love it so much. I love getting people moving because I just see the smile start to spread across their face, and it makes me so happy. And that's what I want for everybody when we've talked about movement.
Selfishly, we are so sad. You have been a gift to us these last 5 years. If we look outward, we're so excited to encourage you to spend your time in other ways that will grow your fitness goals and journeys and the magic that you share with women. So we're cheering you on in that capacity. But I found myself thinking, like, it's a real relationship that women have with the Studio 5 contributor team. And I think your position in particular as fitness contributor presents a unique connection, because women are looking to you to not just like lead them and help them move their bodies, but it's a vulnerable space to be like,
very vulnerable.
You know what I mean? To be saying, I'm trying to make these improvements. This is hard.
It's very hard.
And you've been such a cheerleader and a coach. Who is that for you? Who is your cheerleader and coach?
Oh, I don't know. Like, I think I do have something, a bit of an internal like that. Like I do, but I think my family growing up, I grew up in a family that just made movement a priority. And so it's always been a part of who I am and part of my family. And so they've been a huge thing. My husband's always cheering me on in everything I do. So, and I will say the team here is the most fantastic. Like there is no show or place out there like your team.
Thanks for saying that.
Amazing.
We're putting you in a tough spot because we said, what do you want to say on your last episode? And so we've boiled it down, or we've kind of helped you boil it down to some mantras, some takeaways that you hope women have gleaned and learned from your time here. And I can say I absolutely have. The first message is punctuated by a huge exclamation point. You want women to know they are enough.
Yeah. You are enough just the way you are. I think since the beginning of the time, this is not just in social media, but there used to be print media and commercials. Women, men, everybody have been bombarded with things telling them that they're not enough, that they need to do certain things, that there's quick fixes. It is loud and it is noisy. And so my advice to you is to tune out the noise, know that you're enough, and that what you're putting into your wellness and health journey is enough, and even whatever you're doing is good, and you need to learn to respect yourself and love that, and not fall prey to these quick fixes.
One thing I've really admired in my front row seat, kind of watching you navigate this position and motivate women along the way, is you're very respectful. In fact, you honor women's like current life chapter. Like there is a time, there is a season, and you've been able to speak to women and motivate women through all those many life transitions.
Yeah, I think my husband and I talk about this all the time. We're like, there's a time and a season even in our relationship with the roles that we're bringing and playing at home versus in the work field and different things. And that's the same way it is for all of us. There's a time and a season when you will be able to put so much into your health and wellness journey, and sometimes when you have nothing to give. And part of that is when you're in that time where you feel like you have a little more to give, or you have the time or the energy, create the habits and the sustainability things then. That's when you're gonna fall in love with movement. You're gonna feel it, you're gonna love it. So when you fall into those seasons where you just can't give enough, you still have those bare minimum habits that kind of keep you through it.
Those foundations.
Those foundations. Yeah. And it's so important to know and to not guilt yourself when you're in one of those seasons where you just don't have the time.
Well, that's been a big push that you've brought to our conversations as well, is like motivation, but not with guilt.
Yeah, so that's rolls right into it, is guilt and shame will never work as motivation. And I think that's the way that the fitness industry has preyed on women and men for so long, is to guilt them into feeling like they need to be doing something. And so when you find the motivation within yourself to find goals and things you want to do that are more than just the external look and more of internal of how do I want to feel? I want to be good. I want to run with my grandchildren. I want to be able to get up and down the stairs. Like when you find that motivation, that's so much more. I love it because honestly for me, my motivation is my mental health when it comes to that. And so for me, finding that and guilt and shame, I'm just stop. And that is a lifelong battle. I will tell you, I was thinking about this. I was driving and I was like, one of these points is not to guilt and shame. And I was like, I think I have to go through that cycle every once in a while, even though I'm pretty good at it because I've worked really hard to get there, but just know that it's natural to kind of fall into that and feel guilty for not doing things or this and that, but to reset and be like, you know what, I'm doing good and I'm doing my best and I'm gonna reset, and here's my motivation and why.
I don't think we realized 5 years ago, this wasn't just a pick up the torch for you, this was a turn the page, as in introduce a whole new chapter of how we talk about health and fitness, how we view our bodies. And there were some vocabulary swaps that you subtly have introduced to us these last 5 years. We don't say exercise, we say movement.
Yeah.
You've helped women celebrate movement of their body.
Yeah, because it just looks different for everybody, right? And we want to own that, and it's all about movement. Movement may not be your traditional exercise, but any movement is good. And so I said this, I think on my very first segment with you, I said, movement is medicine. And I will continue to shout it from the rooftops because it truly is. Like, you have to move your body. It's just gonna keep you young and limber. And for me, the mental health side of it, like I talked about, the more we move, it makes more movement, right? Like the more stationary we stay, it's gonna kill us inside and out.
You've had a partner these last 5 years, and I don't know if we knew just how smart we were when we put you two together. But
we love each other a lot.
You and our health contributor, Mickey Eberhardt, have really revolutionized a new movement here when it comes to health and exercise. And so I love that one of your parting lines is listen to Mickey.
Yeah, I was like, if you do anything, if you learn anything from me, it's to listen to Mickey. She is such a wealth of knowledge in the nutrition and health and wellness mindset. And what she says is you need to do, because she's so smart. She's so steady.
Well, you two were so aligned from the beginning.
We're so aligned, and she's just so steady. And honestly, you have to fuel yourself in order to move your body. And so it's so important that what she's saying. And I think what you see between us is the steadiness. We don't veer from what we're telling you. We stay true to really traditional health and wellness values, because like I said in my first point, there's going to be a lot of noise and some bandwagons that you should jump on. Do what works for you in the moment and the time, and I promise you, just get out there and move and have fun with it.
We love you. We're so grateful to you for
Thank you so
spearheading this
much.
new direction for us, honestly.
And you're not going to get rid of me forever. I'm coming back.
Yeah, we're going to hold you to that. And I do think, and I hope you take a minute to internalize this, like, you know, we come into the studio, we have these conversations, we put together these episodes, we share them with our friends through the screen, but the impact and influence you've had has been felt and marked. So thank you for what you've given us.
Thank you for giving me this platform.
We love you. We love you.